Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second hotel educational series. We are here today with expert Dean Schmit to talk all things Metasearch. Epic is delighted to have Dean join us. Dean, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, your background in Meta, and we'll take it from there.
You bet. Thanks, Victoria. So yeah, actually, I've been in hospitality since about 1992. I'm going to date myself a little bit in saying that. I've been through many different fields, if you will, electronic distribution, revenue management, digital marketing, reputation management, and most recently, Metasearch. I actually started working in Metasearch back in about 2013. Went on to launch Metasearch campaigns at Wyndham Hotels, actually, before returning to Derbysoft and eventually starting my own company here at Basecamp Meta.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that introduction. And we're so glad to have you. I mean, 7 years with Metasearch is a very long time. I think, digital marketing has really evolved over the last decade. And I think, we've seen how much money hospitality brands, Marriott, Hilton, and OTAs have really put into their Metasearch efforts. So we're so excited to have you kind of talk to us today about why it's important for hotels to be thinking about Metasearch and what they can do to really optimize their position in the market. So I think let's just kick it off. What is Metasearch? There's a lot of different meta options out there. Can you really break down what is Meta?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Metasearch by its nature is a site that is aggregating content from other sites. So in a manner of speaking, any search engine, be it Google or Bing or anybody else, technically they're a Metasearch site because that's exactly what they're doing. Metasearch, as it applies to hospitality, though, involves a section of those different sites where they are then aggregating points of sale from many other different vendors out there. And ultimately, they're linking off to those vendors when somebody's more interested in booking a room or whatever that point of action happens to be. And so that becomes especially relevant when we start thinking about our digital marketing and how it has evolved over the past several years, right? Because traditionally, as a digital marketing agency, you think a lot about your branded search terms, right? Branded search terms are the holy grail of my digital marketing experience. And on this slide that we have here in this example, we can see that we've searched for the New York Marriott Marquis, right? And so we've always gone through and made sure that we owned our branded search terms and came up at the top of that list. We've even gone a step further to make sure that we had our organic or SEO search all under wraps so that we knew that we would come up whenever a relevant search was done for our branded name. We'll now enter in the Metasearch component, which is what you see over on the right-hand side under your Google My Business page listing, which then they also call the Google Hotel ads. And you'll see in there that there are points of sale available within that ad. Well, now what happens is you've spent all of this time and effort optimizing everything on the left-hand side of the screen, only to potentially have an OTA go in here and occupy your premier point of sale on the right-hand side of the screen. And this is really valuable real estate when we think about it, because typically in the sales cycle, the number one drop-off point for a consumer is at the rates and availability screen. But for a Metasearch experience, the consumer has already learned a little bit about the hotel. They know where it is. They can see it on a map. They've probably looked at a few photos, so they've browsed around in those. They can see the reviews. They may have even read some of them, and they can already see the rate. So now at this point where they click on that button, there's an informed intent. They're saying, I want to book a room. And the result of that is that conversion rates tend to be much higher. And that's why we see a lot of both OTAs and the brand.coms alike wanting to make sure that they own that space. Now, it's not just Google, of course. Google is the elephant in the room, if you will. They're definitely the biggest one, but we can rinse and repeat. Yeah. But you can go to TripAdvisor, Trivago, Kayak, Bing, and a myriad of other long tail sites that are out there that are all doing these same types of mechanics.